Michael Jackson has been accused of sexually abusing children on several occasions, both before and after his death. His family has strongly denied the claims made against him and says the allegations are about getting money from the singer's estate. Michael's case has been fading away for a while, but has now recently emerged with shocking revelations from people who've strongly defended him in the past. Here we'll look into what's caused a renewed controversy around the star. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a single video that we upload 3 days a week. It's tempting to the media to tie Jackson into the larger cultural narrative about sexual misconduct. The Me Too movement and many high-profile people being exposed recently have paved the way for the revival of allegations against the King of Pop. And a new documentary about this alleged abuse has surfaced, starting a new debate about the star. Wade Robson and James Safechuck talk about their personal experiences with Michael. The two men were childhood companions of the superstar for many years, and spent a lot of time with him on his ranch Neverland in California, and were considered Jackson's prodigies. And both of them have said Jackson took advantage of them after letting them believe he would help them with their careers. Robson, on a televised interview, said that the abuse took place on a daily basis and that he kept the sordid act a secret for so long because he was afraid of the consequences for both himself and the musician. Safechuck described a similar situation in his deposition. He said he was subject to Michael's abuse from 1988 to 1992 and kept quiet because he didn't understand that the abuse was wrong. Tell us what you think in the comments below if you believe that the two accusers were indeed afraid to come forward, and also share your thoughts about the timing of this documentary and what it could mean for the Michael Jackson legacy. Allegations against Jackson began in 1993, but the suit was settled out of court after both Robson and Safechuck testified on behalf of him. And now, 25 years later, the graphic documentary based on these two men has aired, but that didn't initially cause the uproar. It began when news broke about Oprah holding an interview with both men and the director Dan Reed with room full of sexual abuse survivors. Ever since, Jackson fans have been vicious as Winfrey received backlash and she was bombarded with hateful messages after the broadcast. But she didn't flinch as she said this topic was too important. Many are accusing her of blackmailing and betraying the pop star considering her past history with him. Back in 1993, Oprah sat down for an interview with Jackson and it was the most watched interview in television history. That was because it was the first interview for the star in 14 years. After Michael's death, Oprah opened up about her memories, about the special day she spent with him, and said she can still remember her excitement. She said, "We're coming to the gates of Neverland and it's like a moment in the Wizard of Oz. We couldn't believe it. I felt like a kid," she added. Looking back, she says she realized in that moment that she had a fondness for Michael. "He's very likable there. I can tell you I really liked him," she said. And also said that after the interview, she thought she could be his friend because she felt that he was really honest. And at the end of her interview, she asked him what he wanted to be most known for, but Michael thought she was asking what he wanted to be remembered for before Oprah quickly corrected him. She later regretted not letting him finish, but added that she never imagined he would be gone so soon. Many people are now finding it hard to comprehend why Oprah chose to involve herself in a scandal that is feared to ruin Michael's legacy. Even though she has repeatedly said that this is not about the star and that it transcends Michael in her own words, it has definitely resulted in hurting his brand. The stomach-turning stories shared by Wade Robson and James Safechuck has swayed so many people's views and are now convinced of Michael's guilt. Please tell us what you think about Oprah's involvement in the comments below and whether you think her presence will ultimately end up destroying the Jackson brand. The Living Neverland docu not only puts Michael Jackson's cultural legacy at risk, but his $2 billion empire is put in jeopardy. At the time of his death in 2009, the singer hit a low point judged by personal scandals and diminishing star power that paled in comparison to the rarefied heights he achieved in his record-setting career. But the decade since his death has seen a wholesale rehabilitation of his image, returning his prominence as a cultural icon and a financial powerhouse whose afterlife became a billion-dollar brand. The question now is whether his estate can weather the latest storm. The Jackson family are now standing by Michael and even went as far as releasing a statement calling the film a public lynching and criticizing the media, who without a shred of proof or single piece of evidence chose to be the mouthpiece for the smear campaign. Family members are actively defending the star's honor, and there's even word that they are planning a counter-documentary to Living Neverland. On the other hand, they're trying to downplay the severity of the renewed negative interest in Michael by saying that they have gone through worse in the past. But it's clear for everyone that not only for the Jackson state, but his kids and other family members are going through troubling times. Few can match Jackson's stature as the megastar. He went from babyface member of the Jackson 5 to singular pop entertainer who inspired an international craze for red leather jacket and spurred millions to moonwalk. It's clear that people are conflicted about Michael after the docu, and many are left speechless by the daring nature of the two-part series. But one thing is clear, and that is the singer will always have devoted fans that are ready to defend his legacy wherever, whenever, regardless of any damning evidence that's put forward. His fans are the ride or die kind. Some even put their numbers to being over 4.8 billion people all over the world. And while some say they would boycott the film because it doesn't include outside context or interviews, others were reasonable enough and said they would stomach it for the good of the community. So whether Michael is guilty or not, we'll never know. But we can all agree that muting Michael or destroying his legacy is near to impossible. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell button to be notified whenever we have a new video, and thanks for watching.